Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how the week 30 and 31 of this triplet pregnancy has gone. Okay guys, so I'm sure you're all like, it's kind of getting to the point now where have the babies come? Have they not? Because with being pregnant with triplets, they come early. And even my doctor, when I first went in, said, 30 weeks, 32 weeks. Like he mentioned those weeks that, some people have triplets. And he was saying like typically have triplets. So I'm already there and they're still inside me. So they haven't come yet. But yeah, it definitely is getting to the point where it's like, wow, really, if there's any sign of, me going into labor, or if there's anything they're seeing in the babies that could cause them to think it's better for them to be out right now than in. So that would cause it to, us to just have them. But I will say, so currently I am 32 weeks and 2 days. And they said, and I think I've said this in videos before maybe, but that they will not let me go past 35 weeks. So yeah, that's real soon. That's less than 3 weeks away. Unless, like I said, something happens before then. But as of right now, that's the plan. And these babies will be here very soon. And so I'm hoping to do another one of these before they come, potentially. May not happen. But it would just be like one more like update kind of video before they come. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that. So how week 30 and 31 went, things are kind of similar, as I feel like I've said for the past several updates, but the belly and the breathing has been the significant thing, like being short of breath just as the belly is getting bigger and bigger. All of that has been definitely more impactful on my everyday life and moving around, and even just like rolling over in bed is kind of difficult, especially getting up to go pee in the middle of the night. It's kind of like, okay, here we go. Let's do this. And, I know, I don't know, I've heard some people talk about how they get their husband to like push them out of bed because they just can't get out anymore. And thankfully, I haven't had to do that. I kind of figured out a method that works pretty good, but it still takes effort. I just roll over on my side and then I push up with my hands. So I most of the energy is used, with my arms instead of engaging my core or anything, trying to sit up, because that would just be probably impossible right now. And not good. I think I've heard it's not great to like really engage your core when you're having a big belly, just because your abs are so stretched and everything. And at the same time, I don't really want to wake Casey up if I don't have to. And he's totally, willing, if I need to. And there have been some times I've had to wake him up, but for the most part, I can get up by myself. And I will say too, peeing, so the amount of times I'm peeing had definitely ramped up. And even before, it was a lot. I felt like at least I would go twice every night. Now it's more like 5 times. Sometimes maybe even more, but I would say on average like 5 times I get up to go pee in the middle of the night. And it's also just kind of uncomfortable, and just still having this congestion that I've had really since the beginning. And I feel like the congestion has kind of been stayed worse since I had the flu. So it's not like real bad, but I feel like it's even worse than it was before I got the flu. And that makes it hard to sleep too. So I'm not sleeping well. I will definitely say weeks 30 and 31, I've not been sleeping well. And I do take naps though. When, you know, like today, usually I'll kind of set a timer for like 30 minutes, take a nap. But today I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sleep as long as I want to. And so it was about an hour and a half. So that was good. I'm glad that I was able to do that. And I mean, for the most part, it's not like I'm super busy, so I can do that. And appointments, that's something big that changed too, is that now I'm going twice a week instead of once a week. So I go to the OB, the maternal fetal medicine, 2 times a week, and every time I go in, they do ultrasound. Every other time I go in, I see the nurse. What they're doing every time is they're looking at the babies, and they're making sure that they're practicing breathing, that their heart rates are good, that they're moving, and there's probably a few other things. I think blood flow and like the fluid in their sacs and all that stuff. And then I think it might be every 2 weeks, or I don't know if it's every week. I just recently switched over to this twice a week thing, but they do measurements. So, and the nurse told me that, you know, the later you get in pregnancy, especially with triplets, the measurements are less and less accurate. So she's like, you know, don't put a lot in to what the measurements are, which was a good reminder, you know. And she kind of said, I don't know if anyone's told you this, but I was like, no one's told me that. So thank you. Because I think sometimes, you know, like in the past, just kind of a little worried about, you know, baby A's stomach size and all this stuff. Now, baby A, I think, is still the smallest for sure. I don't think their estimates would be that off where, like, for some reason he, you know, I think in general, they're a good picture of what's going on, but they're not exact. So the babies have all been doing great. They've been practicing breathing, moving, heartbeats. Like every time I go in, everything is just how they want to see it. There are some times that the practice breathing is, they're not doing it, and they're just being like, you know, and they don't do it all the time, but they need to capture them doing it. So they'll have to wait a little bit. So sometimes they'll take the ultrasound one and kind of push it on my belly and kind of shake it a little bit just to kind of wake them up a little bit and see if that helps them to start breathing. But they always eventually do. So, and it kind of varies. Like sometimes one will be really stubborn and not doing it, and then the next time I go in, that one does it like right off the bat. So it's not like they're seeing some trend of like one baby that just doesn't really want to do it. So it just varies, but they've been pleased with what they've seen with that. And then as far as measurements, so I had measurements yesterday, and again, these are rough estimates, but this is what they gave me, is that baby A is now 3 pounds 1 ounce. So 2 weeks before that, he was 2 pounds 11 ounces. So he's still growing, which is great. And actually, she said his belly measurement has increased in the percentile. I can't remember what she said, but the percentile was. But before, like 2 weeks ago, it was like 3 percentile. Now it's like in the teens or something like that. So she said, you know, that's looking better. So that was good, but he's still small, definitely, because the other ones, So baby B weighs 4 pounds 1 ounce, so a whole pound more than baby A. And I can't believe, because baby C weighs 4 pounds 8 ounces. So baby C is still the biggest right now, but I can't believe the two of them are already 4 pounds and a little over that. Like, yeah. I mean, again, it's an estimate. They could come out and be less than that. Who knows? But I feel like, they're going to keep growing, so that they're already, at that size. I'm hoping that, potentially even all three of them could be around 4 pounds when they come out, and potentially maybe even bigger. I don't know, but that's exciting to hear. So, and then they do like the week measurement. And so baby A is measuring like 2 weeks behind. So when I went in, it was yesterday, so I was 32 weeks in 1 day. And he was measuring, well, actually like 2.5 weeks. He was measuring like 29 and 5 days. And then baby B and C are measuring ahead a week. So, or no, not a full week, but like maybe like half a week or something like that. But they're measuring ahead. So anyway, that's what's going on with them. For me, I had a nurse appointment, so they check my blood pressure, they check my pulse, my weight, and they also just ask me questions. They also, if I need blood work and stuff like that, I do that. But yesterday, my blood pressure was really good. So there's really only been one time I went in where it was a little bit elevated. But that was 2 weeks ago. But it was just right on. It was like 120/70. So they were like, that's perfect. And even my pulse was lower. It was like 75. And usually, I don't know why, but when I go in, and I've heard that sometimes in pregnancy, this is the case, your resting heart rate is fast. And mine has been for a while, where it's like 90, sometimes 100. And so to hear that it was like 75 yesterday, I was like, oh, wow, that's nice. So yeah, so things are looking good for me. They ask me about swelling whenever I go in, and I just have mild swelling, really. Just, I notice it around my socks. When I take my socks off, I'll notice an indentation where my socks were, but I haven't really noticed, it's more in my ankle area, and I haven't really noticed swelling in my feet, and, not really significant in my hands, just kind of, they are bigger, but not like hugely swollen. Like, I can't wear my rings anymore and stuff like that. And I don't want to, because I don't want to get to a spot where I have to like cut them off. So yeah, but I would say those are the big things that these past 2 weeks. And I think the biggest thing really is just like, wow, these babies are coming so soon. And, we are so excited to see them, to meet them. I'm a little bit nervous about the C-section. I mean, I think any way you give birth, anyone's kind of nervous before going into it. But you just don't, especially when it's your first pregnancy and you have no idea what to expect. But I think it's just such a weird idea to have like major surgery and be awake. So I just don't, it's kind of strange, but I definitely want to be awake. I want to be aware. I want to see my babies when they come out. So I'm thankful that science and medicine has figured out a way to do that. So, but I think, there are a little bit of nerves behind going into it, but also excitement for sure. So we're pretty much ready for them to come, and yeah, we're just excited and thankful that I made it this far. I didn't really think, I didn't know, but I guess I feel like I was expecting like right at around 30 or 31 or something like that, that they might come. So to see that, everything's kind of pointing to us being able to make it hopefully to 35 weeks is really encouraging. And I'm just really thankful that they've been able to stay in there and grow this long. Even if they do come tomorrow, like, this is great. 32 weeks is great for triplets. So, and I'm going to show you the belly, because the belly is huge and it just keeps getting bigger. I feel like it's getting bigger faster and faster. So like every week I feel like it's getting significantly bigger. Anyway, so have fun looking at that. I'll insert that clip here of my giant belly. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. And like I said, I'm hoping to squeeze in one more before the babies get here, and maybe another one too with Casey. And maybe that will be the priority, to do one with Casey, because I have a feeling my symptoms and stuff aren't really going to change a lot between now and when the babies come. And then I'm hoping too that we will be able to show you as much as we can of the process of the babies coming, and however that looks. I don't know the rules and regulations they have. I'm thinking we can take pictures, they said. So it might be like some reels of pictures and then maybe some video in the NICU. I'm not sure. But we will definitely be documenting and trying to record what we can, and then hopefully compiling that into a video for you guys to see. And then we'll also be doing name reveal stuff as well whenever the babies get here. So that's our plan, is to probably include the name reveal in that video as well. So, all right guys, well, I will see you in the next one. And thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed. And I so appreciate you. Would love it if those of you who haven't subscribed to go ahead and do that. Click subscribe, click that bell notification, and leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're from. It's so cool to hear people from all over the world, and also just what brought you to this channel. I think it'd be interesting to hear, how did you find my channel and what drew you to it? Were you looking up stuff about infertility or triplets or pregnancy, or who knows? I would love to hear about that too. So, okay, see you in the next one. Bye.